International Women's Day, and I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank all of the women contributors who have taken part in XJob Downloaded since October 2022. I put together a compilation of a few clips and I hope that you enjoy what you hear. Please like, follow and subscribe. Take care. Bye.
My mum came over to the UK from Guyana, which was then British Guyana.
Yep.
Well, Guyana, I should say. And my dad was from St Vincent and they met in the UK. And yeah, they met, had me. Then they got married, did it sort of backwards in my head at that time.
Nothing wrong with that?
No, nothing at all. And my father was lucky enough to win the pools.
I always wanted to travel as long as I can remember. When I was 14, I even wrote to, back in the days, they were called Owners Abroad, looking for a job, asking to be a holiday rep, if you remember them back in the day.
Yeah.
And they told me that I could be a holiday rep when I was 21. So I carried on at school. Still, that's all I ever wanted to do. But then I learned when I was 18 that you could actually be a holiday rep at 18.
You have to say accent section and just come out with it. And everybody started going, oh no, it's pointing at me. What am I going to get? And if somebody got something wrong or they just went, started to,
Waffle.
Gibberish, waffle used to come out. He wouldn't even look at me, just point. And I'd go, and then I'd obviously say the definition. And I bet they're all sat there going, oh, not her again.
So originally they were made from silk kind of poppies, and they raised £106,000, which was initially to help veterans with housing and jobs. So that was absolutely a huge amount of money in 1921. Today we have 40,000 volunteers and they help to distribute 40 million poppies. That's just a snapshot.
What was the relationship like within the police? Because you said there were experiences, but did you have negative experiences within the police with your own colleagues?
I mean, nothing as overt as what I would have externally. I think there was just more a lack of understanding sometimes. A curiosity, if you like, about what your life might be like. Some of it was stereotyping, some of it was just, not really understanding.
I wanted to be 100 different things as a kid, as everybody does. The number one thing I always wanted to do was to play cricket for Australia. But as far as an actual job and a career path goes, when I finished school, I did science at university and then joined the police because I thought that's kind of the way to get into forensics. So I joined the Victoria Police, decided that I actually just enjoyed being a copper, ended up spending about 20...
Faffed around for a bit, not really knowing quite what I wanted to do. I did have a stint for a few years as working in admin at the Royal Ballet School, which is probably a bit left field, very, very different. And it was, just to date it a little bit, it was when Darcy Bussell was a student there. Wow, so that's how long ago. That's how long ago. And then I did a stint in corporate investigations, supporting investigations, and then joined us.
My grandmother was born in Beirut. And it's also an interesting story. We don't have the time to tell all of it. But the bottom line is that she was married at the age of 16, at a very young age, to a rich Jewish jeweler from Damascus. And my grandfather was from Damascus, and my father was born in Damascus. On my mother's side, my grandfather came from Isfahan in Iran. We don't know too much about that, except for the regular Jewish story that his grandfather...
And my father, who was a 30-year steelworker, at one point said, the pension is much better. You should think about being a police officer. And as I was 21 years old, I didn't know what I wanted for breakfast, much less what I wanted for the next 30 years. But as I started working closer around first responders with the police, I thought, this is worth a shot. Which is unlike the other recruits who, were really knew what they wanted. And so I applied.